What are the other setup steps that we need to do? So you're ready to go, you're ready to get started. So what else do you need? Well, you need your bank accounts. Minimum two, ideally three. Now we want a profit account, a trading account, and a tax account. Now we want those accounts specifically so that we get into the discipline that if I make $1, I'm going to put some aside for myself as profit, but I'm going to put a little bit more aside to pay the tax. Because for every dollar you make, not all of that dollar will ever belong to you. There's always your dues you've got to pay, and that's to the tax man. And so when you set up your bank accounts, your trading account is where your money goes in and out, in and out. Your profit account is what you use to, put a little bit aside that you're thinking about your profit first, which is powerful in of itself. So you put a little bit there and you don't touch it. It's still your money, but we don't touch it. And then we put a little bit more to cover our tax bill. Because the best situation to be in is when your tax falls due, you want to be able to go into that tax account and that tax account only and go, sweet, I've got enough money to pay it. We then need to think about our licenses and registrations. Think about things like your ABN, or if you're setting up a company, your other documents, any industry licenses or registrations. This is important. Does your industry require a certain license in order to operate? Do you require a certain registration? As accountants, we need to obviously be qualified. We also need to have if we want to be tax agents, we actually have to get a tax agent license as well. So you need to understand what are the licenses and registrations required to get your business off the ground. We then need to look at insurances. Most businesses will need a public liability insurance. Most companies will need workers' compensation insurance. Does your industry have any specific insurance? Does it require an indemnity insurance? Do you have any other industry-specific insurances? So builders might have homeowner warranty insurance. So every industry will have its own specific insurances. It may or it may not. Remember, your research phase, as you're understanding your market, your industry, and your competition, you're also wanting to understand the logistical stuff as well. What licenses do they need to operate? What insurances they need to operate? The more you know, this is all going to be documented back into your business plan. Accounting software. This is super critical from very early on. Get yourself some good accounting software. The three biggest players out there in the market are Xero, Xero, Myob, MYOB, and then QuickBooks or QBO as it's the quick hand of it. So these are the three top accounting softwares. They all effectively do the same thing. The buttons are in different spots and the colors are different, but they all achieve the same objective. So important to get it from very early on, because an accounting software will also do a good amount of heavy lifting in your business, because it can do quotes, it can do invoices, it can do payroll. So you can use your accounting software to almost manage your business initially, because it does a lot of the things that you're going to need to run your business. But the good thing about accounting software, it needs to be live, and you and your accountant need to be working on the same software. So it's not that you have a file, your accountant has a file. No, 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 no. You all want to be working on the same system. So your accountant can see the data as it happens, and then they can advise you and guide you accordingly. So if you're not working on the same system, you can't achieve it. So accounting software is crucial to be investing in from minute one, from very early on. Same with marketing and sales software. So this is things like, your social media accounts, a CRM for your business, any way to visualize your sales, your deals, your pipeline, any content schedulers. So obviously you can do a lot of scheduling for your content and your posts through the social media accounts, or you can invest in specific tools that you can schedule a bunch of stuff in advance. These days now with ChatGPT, we've got a lot of content writers out there, so AI writing. So we want to be looking at our marketing and sales software, because these are going to help us drive and grow the business. This is important as well. Operation software. Every industry has specific or different software they use to manage the operations of their business. So project management software. I know that lawyers have specific software that help them. Brokers have their own software. Accountants have their own software. Trades have their software. So you'll be able to find specific software that suits your industry type. But it's important to be thinking about this from very early on. Yes, software costs you money, but it will save you considerable amounts of time. It also allows you to build a process and a system that then allows you to take time away from your business, because you can manage the system as opposed to manage the people that you get to run the business or do the thing. So investing in operation software is really important from very early on, because it will make you more efficient from minute one, but that efficiency will compound into the future. And finally, want to look at your domain, your website domain, your email domain, and then ultimately your website and your sales funnels. I really think that when you're starting a business, invest the 10, $20 to get yourself your own at, blah, 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 www.blahlahblah.com or .org, .solutions, whatever it is. I really think it's valuable to do it from very early on because it gives you a difference. I've seen so many businesses that start and they run it out of a Gmail or a big font, and it just doesn't look professional. Whereas invest in it from early on, you start to create that level of professionalism, and then you can then from there build out your website or build out your sales funnel. From there, you can get the email posts, so you can be Michael at whatever.com. And then the good thing is if you look at Google Workspace or Office 365, there are a bunch of software that comes natively into it. So there are going to be a lot of tools on those platforms that you can use to help run your business. I use both Office 365 and Google Workspace, and both of them have really cool tools that I use on both sides of my business to run it. And so that's the added benefit of spending that extra, is that you can create that level a little bit more efficiency if you leverage the tools that they come with. For example, forms, just off the top of my head, forms. Think about how you could build forms as a way of structuring your work, structuring your order, something like that, or the documents. You can create all your documents. And so these represent your basic setup essentials. If you manage and you sort all of these out, you're pretty much ready to go straight away. You're ready to get growing. You're ready to start and launch your business.